Hello friends, this is Rachel with Rachel's Nook. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to get on here because I had some lemons that I needed to put into the dehydrator, and I wanted to show you how I did that. First, I'm going to slice these lemons up, and then we are going to grab our trays and start putting them out on the dehydrator. I take these ends off, probably a little bit more than that. There we go. It's got a thick rind. Goodness. There we go. And I'm going to put these to the side. I've got a little bowl up here that I'll use and just set them in. We'll get those sliced up. And I like to do, especially since it's got such a thick rind, you see that? Thick rind. I like to do a little thinner slices so they don't take as long in the dehydrator, because if you do them thick, they are probably going to take about 2 to 3 days. So if I do them a little thinner, maybe 1 to 2 days. So we'll just do them a little thinner. I don't know, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Maybe that's or so. So, and that also depends on your dehydrator. I have a Kasori, and it does very well. So, like I said, that just depends on what you have. Be careful when you're slicing. I did sharpen my knife before we got started, but it doesn't seem like it anyway. And then sometimes I've already scrubbed my lemons down, and I did that with a little bit of vinegar and water and just gave them a quick scrub. But sometimes you got little bad spots that are just on the rind, so I try to cut those off because that meat is right in this area. And that is what we're going to be using after they're dehydrated. So we just throw those away. And initially, this is what we get. All that dehydrated lemon. And I put that in my hot teas or a cold tea, whatever you prefer. You can do a little lemon and water and honey, whatever your preference is. But they are wonderful. So I'm glad I decided to go ahead and do these because they are very thick rind. So get that sliced up. Be very nice. And I just slice them. I just put the seed and all. If you want to sit here and take out all of the seeds, that's your preference. It doesn't bother me to do that. So whatever you prefer. Get that last little bit, and then we'll just take that and that right in there. We've got a few of them going here. Okay. I'm going to do all of these up. There we go. That's sliced up. For that. I really enjoy using these. I keep a good amount going. I like to try to keep them on hand at all times. See, that one was a little bit thick. So what I'm going to do with this one is probably can't see that. Sorry about that. I got to get used to the camera. It got it a little thick on the one side, but not the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of chop that in half. And just try to, you know what? I'm just going to leave it be and just put it on the dehydrator that way. These are going to be perfect. Well, now that I did that area off of that, I kind of got a little flat edge. That makes it better. There we go. And like I said, these are going to take 1 to 2 days, sometimes 3, depending on how the thickness that you cut. And then you take them out. You put them in a jar, or something sealed, and then you can use them. They are wonderful in many different ways. So it's our last one. Smells so good. I love lemons. Go. And probably one more slice on this one. Yep. Okay, that'll do it. All right, let me walk over here real quick, and I'm going to put this stuff aside, and I'm going to walk over here and probably get out about 3 trays out of my Kasori. Okay, and then we're just going to, I have these little mesh. Put that over here. There we go. All right, and I've got these little mesh trays that go on here. I think you can get these off of Amazon, or you can just buy some mesh and cut it yourself, but it needs to be food grade. Anything that you do like this needs to be food grade. So, okay, so basically we're just going to start layering them on. 2 to 3 rows, maybe 4, depending on the size of your lemons. And sometimes you might have a lemon that has the seed coming out of there already, so I'll just pull it out. There we go. Start lining these up. 2. All right, there we go. There's 1 tray done. Set that aside. Start with the next one. Again, my trays are clean, and my mesh trays also that are on top, they're clean. They got a little stained up depending on what I'm dehydrating at the time. Sometimes that happens, but they are clean. Okay, here we go. Looking good here. We're going to have probably 4. These are quite big lemons here. Let's see. Well, there we go. There's the second tray. We'll just pile them on top of each other like that. Yeah. A couple of those are pretty thick, so they may take a bit. But, as they start getting done, you can definitely pull off what's done. That also helps things go a little faster. I'm going to come over here and get 1 more tray. Like I said, I have the Kasori. It's a 6 tray. As soon as I load this up, I will turn the camera around so that you can see the one that I have. It's a wonderful dehydrator. It does a great job. I really, really love it. Okay, there we go. Look at that. So I have everything plugged in and ready to go. This is my Kasori dehydrator. I'm going to grab the trays of lemon and I'm going to take them over here and start putting them in, and we'll set everything up. We got 4 trays, and they just slide right in here easily. And you don't have to make space. And I like it because the hot air comes from the back, so it goes over the top of everything. They're really, really nice. And they do a great job. Sometimes, the back will get a little more dehydrated quicker than the front, but I mean, it's really not that big a deal. Just take your trays and turn them around and do them evenly that way. Okay, so we got all 4 trays loaded up, and I'm going to shut that. And then we are going to set it for, I like to do it at about 120, 125. So we're going to set here, and that's the temperature. So we're going to raise that temperature to, I believe it says 109 right now. So we're going to raise that temperature to 120. Okay, and then hit the time. And now I just let it go. This says 48 hours, and that's just fine with me because I'll check it continuously. So we're going to hit start, and there we go. And the countdown begins. Okay, we're back. It's been 36 hours since we put the lemons on the dehydrator, and they are done. They're crisp. See how that cracks right open, and there's no moisture. So take this jar here. Just start grabbing them and put them in. They're dry. They're not sticking to it. They're ready to come off. There we go. Get these all put into the jar. All right. Set this aside. All right. Here we go. Put these in there. These will probably fit about maybe. There we go. That's probably plenty because you want to be able to shake them around and make sure that nothing is sticking. And I just leave them on the counter. I don't put them away right now. We'll just leave them on the counter. That way it reminds me to check on them and make sure that there's no moisture. And if you see any moisture gathering up in your jar without even shaking it, then that's not dry. It wasn't ready to be put up. So you definitely want to take them out and put them back on the dehydrator and set the timer until it's dry. Like I said, these have been going for 36 hours, so they are dry. They're ready for this. So, okay, so that's it. So we've got them all ready to go. They're going to sit here on the counter for a couple of days. We're going to come through and we're going to shake them around. Make sure nothing's sticking on the bottom. Everything looks good. And we'll leave them here for a couple of days. And then I will put them into my big jar where I keep all my dehydrated lemons. But that's all we have for today. So thank you for joining me on my channel. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If there's any videos that you would like me to do, just put that in the comments below, and I will sure try to get to that. Thank you and stay blessed.